Leyas flows from these other dimensions onto Refuge. And this energy responds directly to belief, subconscious mind states, mental perspectives. It doesn't respond to rote memorization. It doesn't respond to ritual. What it responds to is literally the faith and belief of those who are manipulating it. As you think something into being, the Leyas will respond. But the problem is it will respond also to your unconscious thoughts. So your fears will actually become real, forming nightmares that will try to consume you. When the Earthers arrived on Refuge over 2,000 years ago, they didn't understand the concept that these nightmares that were attacking their children were created by themselves, by their interaction with the Leyas and their fear. Instead, they blamed it on a local tribe, a local group of natives known as the Olgogs. Olgogs are the natives of Refuge. And they called these Olgog natives goblins and began a purge against them. A goblin genocide that lasted 300 years and nearly wiped out the Olgogs from this continent and Refuge. Those that survived traveled to the south. Here's one of the goblin books. Meow. Thank you, Zara.
Did this last game too.
Yes, you did. So up here you would have the Earther colonies, which if you want to look at that map, you can see them. But all of the Olgogs were driven here down to the south. And after being driven here, the Church of One, which is an Earther religious organization,
douchebags, Catholics.
Hey, Catholics are much nicer than these assholes.
Than the Church of Oneers?
Mormons.
The Church of Oneers are really horrible.
Nazi Christians.
Mormons.
Yes. Like, instead of, like, Mein Kampf is, like, the nice book of them all.
The Church of Oneers basically believe that God made humans in His image. And therefore every alien race has got to be made by the devil, so you got to kill them all. Every other Earther colony has moved past that. They've all gotten to the point where they've accepted the Olgogs, they allowed them to live in peace, except for the Church of One at Dunasphere.
Dude, they traveled through space. They got the idea of the alien races. Magic took a little while to understand. It's not really magic.
They're working in reverse.
It's science, baby. Science.
It is a radiation, and it does act as a placeholder for physics. The whole idea being that when you believe that you're flying using Leyas, the Leyas actually is converting into a propulsive force to drive you. So, this takes place 2,000 years after the Earthers came to Refuge. The Olgog tribes are now separated out into what are known as the Goblin Lands. The port of Unin, the ruins of Karov, the ruins of Brez, and the traditional Olgog settlement of Slalokal. It is now that you find yourself in the southernmost peninsula of the Goblin Lands, an area known as the Trail of Alf Maglal. It's a wooded, beautiful, fertile area that goes for quite a few miles, traveling north to south.
It's populated by a bunch of pigs.
They're usually referred to as goblin trash, but yeah.
Yeah,
Redneck goblins. Green trash.
we're the hicks of the primitives down here.
We're into gob boonies.
Yeah.
They didn't even related to Oscar the Grouch if we're green.
That explains it! Oscar the Grouch was an Olgog all along. No wonder he hated Earther society so much.
They made him live in a trash can.
Right? That's exactly what Earthers did Olgogs.
It is kind of extra-dimensional if you've ever done it.
And I asked that question here.
Wait, sorry, camping chair or metal chair?
Must be an old place.
That's
I love it.
If I die here, do the Earthers protest my funeral and carry like God hates Olgog signs, or?
Actually, the Church of Wonders do shit like that. In the other Earther colonies where Olgogs have been given freedom and allowed to act as equals, you still have Church of Wonders who will do absurd, insane, horrific shit like that.
So the Church of One is the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Straight.
If they were armed,
guns.
Exactly. If they were armed in plate mail, had machine guns, and were allowed by the government to start killing people they didn't like. That's the only negative of the religious freedom acts of the colonies. That the Earther military can't actually turn on these religious zealots and just wipe them out.
But I can.
Yeah, but they can keep them.
Yeah, but you're not turning on them, because turning on them inherently says that you're working with them in the first place.
That's true. Okay.
I can just kill him.
So you're currently in a processional camp. Now this camp is only erected one time per year. It's erected specifically for the purpose of a ceremony known as the Ceremony of Alftor. Alftor is Death's caretaker. He's a mythical figure from the Olgog mythology. Now, because of the Leyas, mythical figures actually can become real. So, for the Earthers, they actually wonder, is Oftor a real person? Or is he just a creation of the Olgogs?
The answer is yes.
God,
All
you're a
of the
shitty
above.
doctor.
Shitty doctor, good executioner.
Excellent!
This is why old dogs.
He's the excellence of execution. He's
do
proper.
not have a medical society.
Yeah.
It's-
Univera wouldn't work
I'm a
for
bad
us.
example.
I don't want to follow the footsteps up. That's good.
And so, each season has an Alf, a caretaker associated with it. And for fall, you have Alftor, who is the caretaker of death. And at the end of the season, there's supposed to be a huge titanic battle between Alftor, the caretaker of death, and Alfkol, the bone caretaker. And the bone caretaker kills the death's caretaker and proceeds to feast on his flesh throughout the entirety of winter.
Delicious. Delicious.
Tastes like gob.
The only problem is
Did you just say taste like gout?
No.
God.
the
He
goblin.
was talking.
And then quite naturally takes care of the
So
bones
what's-
until next season.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, you pick up on this pretty quick. I have
Very.
no clue what's going on.
Yay!
And yet the best part is, he's been playing with us since the beginning. Many, many years.
Good gerb.
Eat me.
Sauteed or barbecued?
Barbecue.
I don't know.
I still don't know what a Kjorn is.
8 minutes a pound, how long is that going to be?
Huh?
8 minutes a pound, how long is that going to be? I don't have that kind of time.
No, you don't.
Now, during the ceremony of Tor, Olgogs from all over the Goblin Lands will come together, bringing booze, libations, various. Exactly, lots of liquor, and people
Only
will
if
get
she has
incredibly
Chrysler.
drunk, and they will put out offerings of this
Depending on what
libation.
you-
And the idea is they're literally getting Tor drunk, so he doesn't notice it when he gets eaten alive.
We're going to liquor you up.
Exactly.
They kill you.
I think that's pretty compassionate, actually.
Yeah,
is, right?
actually. Yeah.
And so every year,
So
Tor
before you
will
kill
travel
somebody, you
through
should
the
liquor
trail
them
of
up, right?
Offmud He'll arrive at this point, he'll get incredibly drunk, and then move on to the
Oh,
place where he's
wait a
supposed to
minute.
have the battle against Alcor.
Let's see if you got sobered up in this area.
You should get them liquored up. You get liquored up.
I think I might want to get sobered up. This is a conflict of interest. I don't know why, but I'm just having
See, now I
this
suddenly
feeling
feel the
it
need
is.
to go out in the other room and get something to drink.
I'm good. I think I'll
Old
let
dogs
this
to show
rock.
off because if he has
I'm
some
gonna
of
burn
that
this
Jamaican
liquor off
liquor,
right now.
he thinks he shoots better with it.
That's true. Ah!
Especially, I got that chain cannon now.
Ooh.
No,
See,
no.
chain cannon, large, high-proof liquor, not a good combo when you have teammates.
Oh no.
Especially since I got room streamer.
God, no. Come on, you've been so good this weekend.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start at this side of the room. We're going to go around the entire room. I want everybody to introduce their character's name and just give a very brief description about your character. Now, here's the important part. Remember that all of the gear that you guys are carrying has actually, except for him, all of the gears you guys are carrying have actually been produced by yourself. If you're wearing bone armor, you're the one that put that together. So it really is encouraging to you to sit there and be as creative as you want to be about the way it is and be as personalized about it as possible.
I gotta do this character introduction shit again.
There's a new player.
Well-
Quiet.
I'm invisible. Literally, I'm
It
invisible.
just means that when you put your shield down eventually, you're going to have to introduce yourself.
Yeah, but that
later.
doesn't mean I have to do it now.
Yeah, it does, because if I wait till then I'll have to spend like 2 minutes while you go through the introduction, then I'm like, okay, we're in the middle of something. And
Come on, we're in the middle of
If we don't
combat.
break his belt when we kill him, you still won't see him.
You're fucked if you trip over him and you're just like, what?
Character's name is Crodnock. Stand about 6'2", 6'3". Depending on the light I'm standing in, my fur ranges from light gray to light blue colored, and currently I'm wearing black robe. Cloak kind of deal with a hood and all that fun shit.
nice.
Jedi.
Yes,
Sith, knowing you.
yes.
Very Sith. Very Sith.
I need to learn air Leyas so I can use lightning.
Was it first stroke?
No, I just want lightning.
Just want lightning.
So then what you need is you just
But I'm not allowed to learn
this
air
long,
lays.
you just energize it with lightning so you get your lightsaber.
Well, you know what's hysterical? Even though I created those rules years before you played this character, I did it just to piss you off.
Wait for it.
He has this look of murder
It's
on
coming.
his face, doesn't he?
It's coming.
Your dick. You're getting kicked in.
Oh, please no. That's not my fetish.
I was waiting for fucking Brandon, but good enough.
Okay, and I want to get a picture so he can see the various Olgog sizes.
You guys see them too?
Hells yeah!
We range from about my height to his height. I'm 6'3", he's 2 feet tall.
There's old
Actually,
ones
I
that are
think it's
8
8
feet
feet.
tall. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're short for one of the tall ones.
He's dead. Give him a break.
Yeah,
So just
right?
make folds on this page.
Somebody
and pass
cut my
it down
legs
that
off
way.
at the knee. Leave me alone!
Can't touch this.
Apparently that's what she thinks. She can't touch it when I'm passing
That's what I
things.
was doing in the shadow.
Pass this down this
What you do in
way.
the shadows?
I'm on it.
I was sitting
It's a
next to him. I
phone.
can't touch his teeth.
Did he tell you what I did? Oh, a giraffe.
Pass it around my.
There's some pointy shoes on this guy.
Oh, the Alfgog, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
some
hey.
pointy.
Unless they squeak, I don't care.
Ninja,
Wait,
let's shut
sorry.
up, yo.
Wrong character.
It'll be okay, though.
I like
Oh,
to
well,
explore
you're right, it
feral
won't.
lands.
You ruined everything.
Yeah, that female Olgog, she needs some more hips.
I'm
Peruvians are usually
I'm gonna
fine
have to
with
kill
both.
you.
If she was a prison, she'd be pretty hippie.
Beefy.
She'd be a bigger gal, which is A-okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, does everybody get to see it? Yes? Yes.
Yeah, that was quite impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
I'm so small.
You look like the one on the Justice League.
I was trying to be 1 inch tall.
This isn't fair, Tim. We're across the table now.
1 inch, like,
Because when I was introduced, I was hiding behind. I was like, I'm hiding behind a pebble.
Maybe.
So I'm hiding behind a pebble.
mine will
Yeah.
Interaction's good.
Yeah.
Then I decided on my height.
Nick said no.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
damn.
No.
that's a little bit too small for an Olgog.
It's
Another
in your
Olgog would eat
pocket.
you.
I was like, and I was riding on his shoulders. Like,
I'm like, grab. Oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Kate's like,
I thought that was a raisin.
No, I thought it was great, man. It was all great.
It's a retarded
So
raisin.
you're eating boogers?
What was she doing up my nose?
Hiding.
Green.
Cleaning
and
out
red.
for you.
Hiding.
you must have had a bloody nose, right?
So wrong.
My character's red and green, okay?
No, that makes sense. It's just hysterical.
So moving on to
Scott's
the next.
turn.
Scott, please describe your character.
So my Olgog, you'll see him today. He'll have this nice little brownish green fur on his upper half, this bright neon green on his bottom half, and today he has a nice little feathered belt that has a shoulder for him. I am Bill, fashion king of the Olgog.
And he says it completely seriously.
And everyone else probably believes it by now too.
Oh my goodness, this is turning into a freaking Broadway musical.
Well, actually, when you look over and you see the fairly normal green colored fur that he has on the upper half, and then the bright neon green that he has from the
His lower
It's
half
lower.
looks like that cup over there.
yeah.
Oh.
You do expect certain
No,
people
no,
in the
no, no,
background
no.
to be doing spirit
That cup's
fingers.
there.
That's not green.
It's the spirit fingers,
No,
the one
that's that
attack
one right there.
that disrupts Azrael. Only because he looks at you and goes, "What the fuck?" And it gives you that 5 seconds to run away.
Unless you're Sora, then you're like, hey, I want one of those. Fuck.
Actually, I didn't
And
have
Scott,
to
you
do
told
that.
the
I
name
just talked
part,
my way out.
Yes. Bill,
Okay.
fashion king of the Olgog.
My name's
Sorry.
Norb. I'm
Sorry.
an old god chieftain on a rescue mission. I'm wearing a poncho, have a ornate heirloom, which happens to have a Chevy symbol, and I'm carrying spears, axe, and I'm riding currently Resident Stalker Steed.
Sweet. Now, mind you, there actually are a variety of different hover cars that the Earthers have used. So, is it a real Chevy symbol? Because it could be.
It probably is. It's,
I should also probably mention that I have my cat, my flying cat.
probably from one of the Sarahs. It's
You would have a cat.
I have a flying
Many
cat.
years
You
ago,
would
one
have
of your
a cat.
ancestors destroyed this giant raging
I
beast
did
that seemed
get
to run
one
over Olgog's
I think they
empire.
called it an
I
impala.
give you a fist bump for being a flying cat.
I went up to this area, not
Oh,
been sticking
my
around.
question was, what was the character name you want us to refer to you as?
I registered it as Norb.
Norb.
Norbert.
My grandfather was named Norbert. Awesome.
Got a girl. No. What will you do now?
Okay, you, my dear, you're up.
Okay, I am 2 foot 1 inch tall thingy. with
Olga?
yes.
That's what they call him.
With red and green fur. My entire body is mostly green, but my elbows, my knees, and like there's a dot on my head that looks like that is red.
Looks like she's recording me all the time.
Exactly. She's dense, but she can also be very smart. If you know who Little Tony, my husband's character is,
No.
my character is the female version of him, except she can't turn into a dragon, and her name is Nell. N-E-L-L-E.
So she's a bit of a spaz then.
And Dory from Finding Nemo, only worse.
But do you have coloring
His
books?
character was
Not
a
yet.
bastard born to be a dragon.
I'll get My Little Pony.
Who at one point in time we had a nightmare crystal, one of the crystals, his crystal replaced with a nightmare crystal. Yes, the guy botched his roll, and he's like, "Oh, it looks perfectly fine." And then the surgeon botched his roll, so whenever he fell asleep, he had to roll an EC test. Whenever something bad happened, he had to roll an EC test, and was spawning dragons that were nightmare dragons left and right. It was
The worst part about that is the waking up and seeing it standing over.
Well,
Oh my God! Right.
Not
You know, a nightmare technically just has to kill you. I never said how. As long as it kills you and consumes you.
Death by
Oh my God,
snooze?
it's,
Death by snoozer?
it's
the thing
eating me
is
the
there's one about
wrong
a mile
way.
long that's alive somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that wasn't his. That was the Church of One who adept that saw him transform into said dragon thing, and then tried blasting open the door, which showed him there, which made him roll an EC test, which he got like -3 on it. So yeah, there were some fun times there.
Fun times.
Alright, my
Is it
character's
milk?
name is Ogab,
Oh God!
and
Bam! Man! Oh, right in the kisser.
I like to hide in the shadows.